Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I haven't been on here in a while, so it's like my first time on in probably a month. But I have a vegan cuts box, and I just want to open it real quick for you guys. I get one of these each month, vegan cuts. I guess we'll wait for a few more people to log on, and then we'll go ahead and we'll open up. We'll see what's inside. I like to do this live for you guys, show you what's inside, and I also post it to my YouTube page. So we'll do that tonight. Is anybody familiar with vegan cuts? Is there anybody not familiar with vegan cuts? Is there anybody in the chat? Let's see. This one seems to be really, I don't understand how they fill these up all the time. These are really filled to the brim. Oh, and you can also enter to win a free box each time you tag somebody with vegan cuts. Hashtag. Hi, Mandy. Oh, and then they post the recent winner on their card there. It's pretty cool. Hi, Kristen. Hi, Dominic. So how's everyone doing tonight? There's not too many people on tonight. It's kind of late over here on the East Coast. Where's everyone from? Where's everyone watching from? Is everyone getting into that mode of autumn? Fall's coming? Winter's coming? If you're just checking it out, I'm going to open up the vegan cuts box, show you guys what's inside real quick. DC. I'll be going down to the DC area in September, a couple weeks. All right, let's get started here. So if you guys are not familiar with Vegan Cuts, it's a company that sends you one of these boxes each month. It's a subscription base, and you open it up, and there's a bunch of different vegan snacks in it. This is a snack box. They also have a beauty box, and sometimes, I remember one time they had a pet box for my dog. So you find all these different vegan products that are in there, and the point is, maybe you never heard of these products and you get to try a sample to see if you like it, and then you can buy that product, or if you don't like a product, you don't have to waste your money on it. So it starts off, it gives you the card, which, let's see. I like to look at this card at the end because on the back it tells you everything that's inside the company and where you can find them, which is cool. But I like to save it for a surprise. I want to find out what's in here without looking on the back first. But if there's something that I don't understand, I don't know what it is, or maybe I don't know who it's from, it'll tell me right here. So it's 3 a.m. in the UK. Very wet in Texas. Were you okay in Texas after the hurricane? Oh, Veg Fest is this Saturday in DC. Okay, I'm gonna miss that. It is early in Oregon. It's only 7 o'clock, quarter after 7. Okay, so let's go ahead. So yeah, with the Vegan Cuts box, it says right here, and I wasn't aware of this until just now. So if you get a Vegan Cuts box and you hashtag Vegan Cuts, you have a chance to win a free box, and you also have they'll also post you as a recent winner over here. So that's kind of cool. Okay, so here we go. First thing I'm pulling out of here is called Superfood Oatmeal. Blueberry, chia, and cinnamon. It is gluten-free. Almost all these products now are gluten-free, organic, certified organic. Obviously everything's vegan. I accidentally opened a little bit. Smells really good. Hot Fit cereal. So there you go. I don't know. I've never heard of this company. I don't know if you guys have. Hi from Central PA. Where in PA is that? I still got to get down to the Pittsburgh area. Honchos. Okay, so I haven't heard of these. These are ranch. The packaging looks very much like Doritos. Honchos. They're non-GMO. They're gluten-free. No fake stuff. So these are going to be kind of like the opposite of Doritos. These are like the healthier version, although I'm not really sure how healthy they are. Tortilla chips. Deep River. Okay, cool. So Honchos. Has anybody tried these before? Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's really bad down there right now. If you check out the post I did today, Strong Hearts is a vegan cafe up here. They have 2 locations, so they're gonna have 50% of their proceeds going down there to the food bank. Okay, next product that I'm pulling out of here is called Just Chill Jamaican Citrus Calm and Focus. It's a sparkling calming beverage. So I don't know. It's supposed to chill you out. I don't know. I kind of like, what? If zombies are coming, do I drink this and I'm all chill and focused? Survival mode? I don't know. Just Chill. Kind of like the name on that one. We've had this one before. Pipcorn. Salt and vinegar pipcorn. These guys are brother and sister out of New York City. And they have all kinds of different flavors. They're actually really good. Little small pieces of popcorn. And they were on Shark Tank. They are non-GMO, gluten-free. And they have all kinds of different flavors there. So sea salt and vinegar. Has anyone ever tried these ones? Yeah, that's horrible. So air quality is 251. So that's getting up there. So like they're breathing in all the smoke from the fires and everything. It's just terrible what's going on. And then I hear that Louisiana's getting hit now too. Like a second blast from it. I'm like going back and forth from the Vegan Cuts box to like what's going on in the world. Debbie is in Houston, safe and did not flood, so that's good. So people that were lower got the worst, obviously, got flooded out. Next is Hungry Buddha, coconut chips, pumpkin spice with turmeric. Boom. Has anybody heard these? I have never heard of these. I like coconutty things that are not like shaved pieces of coconut shreds. So I don't know if I would like these. I like the coconut, like putting it in like a smoothie or something like that. I don't mind it like that. Go Raw. I have had this, not this watermelon seed, but this company, Go Raw. And this is sprouted watermelon seeds. So this is just, I think it's just that one ingredient. So sprouted watermelon seeds, Celtic sea salt. Celtic sea salt. So the other products I've had from these guys are pretty good too. I should taste test the products. I could do that because I'm kind of hungry. I've been doing the raw vegan thing for a few days now, so these are raw. I'm going to open them because you gave me permission. They're pretty good. I like them. Julie loves the shirt. I don't know. Thank you. I made this a few years ago. I think it's time to make some new shirts. Okay, so these are pretty good. I like them. Wow, so I got another, okay, so we got the sea salt and vinegar pipcorn, and then we got popcorn sea salt popcorn by Wise. So I guess Wise was pretty wise by jumping on board with the vegan products here. Reduced fat, air popped, gluten free. Is it organic? I don't know. Let's see. It might be. I don't see anything that says it, so it's probably not organic. So I wouldn't think, so if they don't use a certification, I would think it's not organic. Ancient grain, gluten-free pasta penne, made from quinoa, amaranth, brown rice, and corn. Happy Rawgust, yeah, seriously. Well, at least for some of it. I pigged out last week, so not raw. And I got all these goodies in front of me right now. So, hey, Ultra. Adrienne says, is the raw vegan for detox, or are you becoming raw vegan now? No, I've already done the raw vegan thing 5 years ago. I was raw vegan for 3 months and then probably 90% raw for the next year. Yeah, I'm just doing kind of like a little detox here. I like to eat. I went to the farmer's market last Saturday and I bought a whole bunch of food there, a whole bunch of raw vegan produce. So I've been trying to use all that in my juicer and setting my dehydrator. I just moved back into my house, so it's still, I just got internet today. So I'm still trying to get organized here. I'm not strict to it. If I choose to eat something that's not completely raw vegan, I'll throw it in like a salad or something. I try not to be strict because I did that before and it wasn't a good thing. Mandy, I'm working on that design, the Twilight Zone one. Luna, my house situation has been all over the place, but I'll show you more on that on a YouTube video. Right now, it's kind of crazy. I came back to the house I was renting out. My tenants completely ruined it, and I I'm just getting it livable again. It's been about a month. I mean, all these raw watermelon seeds. It's been about a month now since they moved out, and I've had to take all that time to get it just livable. I mean, it's awful. Even down where I am right now is not ideal, but it's the only chair I have in the house. So I'm still moving things from my storage unit back into the house. I just brought Indy back here for the first time last night, so he's kind of freaking out seeing the house that he grew up in, and he hasn't been here in over a year. I had to get all my hardwood floors redone and get the smell out of the house. So it's been a lot of work so far. But I did a video on all of it, so eventually I'll post that video. I mean, I felt good on the raw vegan diet, but I didn't like the restrictions, and I didn't feel like I really needed, as you know, it was like, what am I doing? Like, of course I'm vegan. Everything I'm going to eat is vegan, but why am I restricting myself on certain things? And I do like eating like a lot of raw foods, but I'll eat cooked food. The main thing that I learned in that journey was I felt the best not raw or cooked, but taking out the processed foods. So once I got rid of the overly processed foods, I felt a lot better. So I guess that's what I'm trying to do right now. And yeah, it's working. Hey, did you ever see the Metal Vegan Chef guy on YouTube? I did. I'm actually good friends with him, and we've done a few videos together. Brian Manowitz. Yeah. We've been on a few cruises together, and I did a few videos with him. We ate some pizza. We talked about vegan dating. He's a cool dude. Kristen, thanks for the thumbs up. Mandy couldn't give up hummus. Did you stare directly at the eclipse? I did stare directly at the eclipse, but I had those glasses on. And I was convinced, like the day after, that those glasses were a fraud because my left eye was like, I couldn't, it was all weird looking, and I'm like, oh my God, am I going to lose my vision kind of thing. But my eyes are back to normal now, so I don't know what that was about. What do we got next? Okay, so the next package I'm going to pull out of this vegan cut, because that's what this video is about, vegan cuts, is Enjoy Life. Now, I'm familiar with this company. These are soft-baked mini snickerdoodle cookies, so they would not be under the raw vegan category. I don't think I've had these ones before, but I definitely used their chocolate chips to make cookies and stuff like that. They got the little tiny chocolate chips and then the chunks, which are pretty good. And these are free of wheat, dairy, peanuts, tree nuts, egg, soy, and fish. Fish is gross. The chocolate, it's delicious. It's delish. Okay, this would probably not be raw vegan either. Flavor infused, I don't know how you pronounce this, Pazoots. They're premium Virginia artisan peanuts, and it's Baja Taco. It says all natural, no artificial colors, flavors, no GMOs, no preservatives, trans fats, MSG, and gluten free. So this is what the package looks like. I've never heard of this company. Oh, that's funny. Kim says, my kids, new vegans, love your videos. And they call their dad a zombie since. That's cool. I just uploaded yesterday a video. I did a cheese stick video. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go check it out. And I did it with my little niece. She's only 2. She's a vegan. We made cheese sticks in the air fryer. Air fryer cheese sticks. Delicious. Okay, the next thing is a Aloha protein bar. It's mocha. It's got 14 grams of protein. It is non-GMO, gluten-free, soy-free. It's Aloha. There we go. She was so cute in that video. Her expressions were yeah, she was really cute. I liked how she would clap. She would clap when I was doing something. What a cutie. And now we have Choice Organic Teas. So this is a shiitake turmeric organic immunity support tea. Boom. I don't know if you can hear that. There's all kinds of sirens blasting by my house right now. Katie has always been, she was born a vegan baby. Her parents, my brother, and my sister-in-law are also vegan. So, Katie the vegan. Babalu nuts. Babalu nuts, out of the shell almonds, seasoned with Tajin? Not familiar. Not familiar with Babalu. There we go. Babalu. So, Melly Lynn. So the things that I'm not showing on here are probably things that you can have, like the juice I made this morning, the smoothie, the salad I had for dinner. Those are probably the things. This is a snack box, so obviously all these are going to be snacky, vegan snacks. But I am down to the last item in this box, which is MRM, Natural Flavor Veggie Meal Replacement. So it's a meal replacement, chocolate mocha, fortified with probiotics, vitamins, minerals, 22 grams of protein with digestive enzymes, and gluten-free, certified vegan. So I have not heard of this one either. So there's a lot of new things in this Vegan Cuts box that I have not heard of or never tried before. And I'll be trying some more stuff soon. In a couple weeks, I'll be going to the Natural Products Expo East in Baltimore. And then after that, visiting my sister in DC. Go raw. Yeah, it's crazy out there. What's going on? Can you guys hear that? All the sirens? I hear Indy walking up upstairs too. Indy does not travel with me when I go. He wouldn't be good at traveling. He's high energy, doesn't like to sit still. Okay, so that is the Vegan Cuts box for this month. I know it's the end of the month, but better late than never. Still, I'm really wondering what these taste like. Probably not raw. Okay, what other things while we're on can we talk about before I cut this out? Cut it out. You know, I have all these things I want to talk about when I'm not online, and then when I come online, I do what I came on to do, and then I forget all the other things that I thought of throughout the week. You guys can also check that. I will be trying to post that video probably tomorrow. If you guys missed anything on this one. Where did Indy's name came from? Indiana Jones. Someone said they tasted exactly like the Cool Ranch Doritos. I haven't had those in so many years. Oh, you had a kitty named Indy. I've been meeting a lot of people lately. Well, not a lot, but a few people that also have pets named Indy. And there we go. Another Trentunes has a cat named Indy. That's really cool. All these Indies. Are they all after Indiana Jones or Indiana? Or is it like Indy, like independent Indy? I'm working on some Halloween kind of fall designs for some new shirts. Since I print my own shirts, I'm trying to do something fun, you know, kind of like a limited time run, if you will. What's my best advice for a brand new low budget vegan? You know, I have a really good video on YouTube, Vegan on a Budget. And it definitely can be done. Buy food in bulk. Learn like pastas, rice, lentils, beans. You can make so many different things with those and save so much money. don't buy the things that are already pre-made or the fake mock meats or cheeses. Make your own. That's where it gets expensive if you buy all like the mock versions of stuff like that or pre-made meals. So yeah, I have a few different videos on vegan on a budget kind of thing, and then I go in afterwards and show you what I made with them. If you have a farmer's market around you, you can definitely utilize that. I just went to the farmer's market on Saturday and I bought probably, if I were to go to my local grocery store and buy what I bought, it would probably be well over like $120, $130, and I only spent $40. So yeah, you can definitely, if you find like a local farmer's market, you know, you can usually get deals there depending on where you are. You just made the cheese sauce for dinner. Which cheese sauce did you make? The one in our cookbook or the nacho cheese sauce? Or the one for our mac and cheese? That's another good one. Vegan on a budget. Yeah, that's a good one. Vegan 2 months now. Congratulations. September will be my vegan anniversary. 23 years on the 23rd. 23 on the 23rd. We got some no egg Craig over here. Somebody a super chat. I'm not even sure what that is. Super chat. Let's see what's going on over here. This whole YouTube. So if you guys know Noad Craig is also from Syracuse. We're kind of neighbors almost, not really, but kind of close. And he's on our chat right now too. Craig, should I guest you? There we go. Let's get this party started. Craig, are you going to accept my invite? Live. So let's see if I'm live. Oh, Trenton, thank you so much. Appreciate it. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, head over to YouNow, because that's where I'm streaming from. Okay, Craig doesn't have a webcam. He's one of those YouTuber guys without a webcam. I don't either. I'm just using my my MacBook. The nacho cheese sauce, yeah, that's some good stuff. So if anybody's watching this on YouTube, head over to YouNow, and you can watch it live because we're still live. We're live. We're live. Or undead. I don't know. We're not dead. We're undead. But we're not zombies. Yeah, I'm excited. Is anybody else excited for like fall? I'm excited it's not extremely hot out anymore and I can wear my hoodies and start thinking about some new zombie videos and stuff like that. And I think I'm going to team up with Craig again. Craig, when are we teaming up? What are we doing? We were going to go camping, but I've been so busy moving all my stuff back into my house and stuff like that. And I just got internet and I have a lot of videos to edit. I filmed a lot of videos that I haven't edited yet. Your birthday, unfortunate, is Halloween. That's cool, but not, I guess. Yeah, because everybody's like out doing their thing. They don't want to hang out, I guess. Here's what I was thinking about Halloween the other day. Tell me, does anybody else feel the same way? Because now that I've got older, I love going into like the season of Halloween and just leading up to it. It's awesome. I love it. But then when Halloween comes, it's such a disappointment and a letdown. And then the next day is like, what the heck? And I usually don't even end up doing anything fun on Halloween, but it's, you know, all the time leading up to it, I think is the most fun. I don't know. You know, we're gonna do some more camping things. It doesn't. It never lives up to the hype. It's like Halloween's coming in like 100 days. Countdown is on, and then you get to it, and you're like, you got, you know, your costume on, and you're sitting there by yourself, and nobody comes over, and then you're like, "Ah." Trick or treat, and trick or treat is over with by 7 o'clock because daylight savings time, and it's already dark at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock. I don't know. It does. It happens when we get, yes. Let's do something fun. Let's all have a party at my house. I am going to Scaricon though this year. Scaricon, I've been going every year since it started. I need some water. I'm in the basement. There's no water down here. Scaricon, yeah, it's in Syracuse. Well, now they do it at the Turning Stone Casino, and it's I usually go there, and it's fun. I met Dee Wallace there. Got her on video. For those of you that don't know, she's the mom on E.T., one of my favorite movies, my all-time favorite movie. Nobody got your costume. I'm usually something boring, like every year. Like I'm a vampire, you know. I got the contacts and the teeth, and I just get to. I'm actually really a vampire, so on that day I kind of like don't hide the fact that I am. A 6 week new vegan, Shelly. Congratulations from New Zealand. Scotland, yeah, yeah, that'd be a fun Halloween going to Scotland for Halloween slash birthday. A coffee shop hipster. Oh, that's your regular clothes. You never dress up. You just chase three sugar crazy kids all over the neighborhood. John Carpenter's coming to the Palace Theater down here. I might go see him. I think he's going to perform his music. Craig, you going there? Are you going to that? Craig, are you still on? What else was I gonna say? The John Carpenter thing at the Palace Theater. Did you see I shared Strongheart's post today that your sister did the artwork for the lettering? Yes, he'll be everywhere. So yeah, so you're gonna see him in Santa Cruz. Oh, okay. So John Carpenter. Okay, for those of you that aren't horror aficionados, John Carpenter is the guy that made Halloween, The Thing, lots of other movies. Yeah, I shared it on Instagram and Facebook. Thanks for the 400 likes there, Mandy. Craig's parents make the candy. Mama and Papa no egg. Big Trouble in Little China. So, um, yeah, and Toby Hooper passed away. Toby did some Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff, Poltergeist. Although I heard I heard a story about Poltergeist, and I spoke with Oliver Robin, who is the little boy from Poltergeist, and apparently, so I don't really know if, from what I read and what I heard, I don't know if Tobe Hooper actually directed that movie, although he gets credit for it. Apparently Steven Spielberg did, but there was like what is the word I'm looking for? There was like a strike, so none of the directors were working. But Tobe Hooper was like up and coming, brand new, so he took it on, and Steven Spielberg put him as the director while he really did it. Because when I spoke with Oliver Robbins, the little boy from Poltergeist, he told me all about the making of it and stuff, about how Steven Spielberg was directing it, and Spielberg bought him a camera and gave him his first camera. So, yeah, that's kind of like anybody cares. Has anyone seen the remake? From what? What remake? Wait, what did I miss here? Oh, the Big Trouble Little China remake? I don't know if I want to see that. They gave it to The Rock, didn't they? They made a Kurt Russell character turn into The Rock. Boom. Yeah, I agree, Valerie. So I guess the story behind the original Halloween with John Carpenter was he made the movie very shoestring budget, and he showed it to everybody, like, all the people that would be playing the movie, and nobody wanted to pick it up. They didn't think it was scary, because it had no music in it. So he went back to his studio, and he played instruments, I guess. So he started playing the song for Halloween, and he put that in the movie, and he brought it back to the people, and then all of a sudden everybody was terrified, because once you put the music in it, it's scary. So imagine Halloween without any of that Michael Myers music. It's not really that scary, is it? It's just some guy wearing a mechanic suit. I don't know. The music really does something. Do I like The Walking Dead? I do. I'm not really keen on the last few seasons, but season 1, season 2, they were amazing. I really liked them. Really into it. And then it started to get, kind of jump the shark, kind of. I don't know. I still watch it though. And I want to go visit the Monroeville Mall out in Monroeville, Pittsburgh. Well, that's kind of what George Romero did with all his zombie movies. He made it wasn't about the zombies, it was about the people, it was about, the way people are, the politics in it. He always had like a theme. I just got internet today from Fios, so I should have a pretty good connection. I'm not breaking up here, am I? Anyone? Am I? Vey, I know. I mean, I've never been more bummed out for a celebrity passing than I was with George Romero. Like, that sucks. It was on my bucket list to meet him one day, and that will never happen. I like American Horror Story. I've watched all the seasons up to Carnival. Like, I'm still on Carnival. I haven't watched any of the recent stuff. I really liked Asylum of the ones I saw. The Stephen King It movie. I'd like to meet Stephen King too. I was at his house last year, and I actually posted that video. I visited his house, and I saw like all the landmarks around his town that inspired him to write like It, like the sewer hole cover that inspired him to write It, and the water tower where he sat, where it also, and then I was in the graveyard that they filmed Pet Sematary in. And that was really fun. I'm chowing down on the raw dehydrated watermelon chips. Penny Dreadful is another one I want to watch. I haven't seen it yet. I have no idea what it's about. All right. Good night, Julie. Yeah. So I should be doing more streams now that I'm actually back in my house and I actually have a place to do it and I have my internet. So that's why I haven't been on in a while. And I just worked at the New York State Fair at the Strong Hearts booth a couple nights ago. That was fun. I worked there with John. We filmed. I filmed like a little, not a full video, just a few clips and stuff. So John's probably working there right now. He's been working there like every night. Aw, thanks, Mandy. Craig, have you been to the fair yet? Or is tomorrow going to be your first day? I've been there twice. I was there opening day, and then to work there at Strong Hearts. And I do not like going to the fair. I don't like big crowds. Why are vegans against honey? Well, you could say there's a lot of nutritional value in anything that's not vegan, but I mean, there's so many alternatives to it. And the bottom line is, it comes from an animal. An animal is making it. It's regurgitated. It's bee vomit. Honey is bee vomit. They do make it for themselves, and it puts stress on the bees and the colonies. And when we take it, it's not ours. But I guess in definition, it comes from an animal. And there's a lot of things that taste similar to honey that are vegan. Like, I think agave is pretty close to the taste of honey from what I remember, and it's delicious. And they have a new product, bee-free honey, which I have a couple jars upstairs. And now they have pollen infused, not by bees, totally vegan, and it's infused with all the health benefits that honey has, but it's in a vegan version. So it's really not necessary, I guess, to eat honey. Maple syrup is another, pure maple syrup, not that Aunt Jemima. Yeah, Craig, I went maybe 10 years without going to the fair, and then I started working at the Strong Hearts booth since they started doing that. I think the first year we just went and did like a book signing, and then last year we went and worked there, and then I worked there this year too. I had my books there too, and I guess they all sold out. I'm like completely out of books. I got a few left. Oh, you haven't? Okay, so you just watched What the Health, and you went vegan 2 months ago. So congratulations there. That's awesome. And you weren't sure about the honey part. Yeah, pretty much, Craig. Let's see, on my lunch break, I went out and I sat on a booth and I listened to Kansas play. They didn't play the song I wanted them to, though, while I was on my break. There was no dust in the wind. How long have we been on here? I can't even... Oh, 44. Well, the bee enslavement is like the stress that they're putting on the bees to produce. So apparently it wouldn't be like that in the wild. I do like the band Circa Survive. That's actually one of John's favorite bands. Right. Because a bee, in order to make honey, gets the pollen, pollinates, and it swallows it and it regurgitates it, and that's the honey. So an animal, the bee, is making the honey, and it's essentially bee throw up because the bee is throwing it up, and that is what honey is, and that's what people eat. Valerie, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate it. I've never seen Circa Survive in person, but I know John has. He'd be the real one to talk to about that. And who's the singer of? Is it Anthony Green? Is he the singer of that band, or is that I get them mixed up? No problem, Alicia. I try to get to all the comments here if I can. Yeah, okay, so Anthony Green. So yeah, so John has a picture of him and Anthony Green from like 10 years ago. And John's like really he's like insecure about the picture because he's like making this, I think it looks funny, but he's making this like funny face and his mouth is wide open and he's got a piece of gum and he's like he wanted somebody to Photoshop the gum out of there. But yeah, John and Anthony. That's awesome, Alicia. Thank you. I'm glad I could help. And if you haven't checked out my videos yet, check out my videos. We have years and years of videos of recipes and all kinds of showing you that vegan is not hard kind of thing, where you can eat, reviews, all kinds of things. Oh, cool. You research me daily. Did you find anything bad? Obviously not, or you wouldn't be here right now. So I ate all my raw watermelon seeds, and I'm really thirsty now. But I'm not gonna dip into those ranch honchos. Remember these from the beginning of the video? You know what, Craig, if you're still on, we should totally do some like Halloween-y kind of things. The Halloween is in the air. HRVD, is that the name of the band or is that like an acronym? There you go, Alicia. So that's probably how I would explain my cooking. Like, I don't really need recipes. I just find all the vegan ingredients and I can just like whip something up that tastes good and just kind of invent my own things. No, and when you learn and when you see, when you go vegan and you learn, like, okay, so you're not missing out on anything. You're actually opening up to like a whole world of so many different delicious foods, which I consider real foods, and not all that stuff that cruelty comes from, or that comes from cruelty. Oh, you want me to guest you, Craig? Here, let's get Craig on here for a second. Vegan pumpkin spice recipes. We have a whole line of like fall, Halloweenish, kind of like autumn. We have a bunch of pumpkin things. We have pumpkin puree, pumpkin pie, pumpkin I think cupcakes, pumpkin. We'll show you how to make a pumpkin. Let's try to guess Craig. Wait, how come I can't do it? I'm not seeing the guess button all of a sudden, Craiger. John's good. I just saw him 2 nights ago at the fair. We were working at Strong Hearts. Craig, I can't seem to. It's not letting me. You should be able to do it on your phone. I can block you, but I can't guest you. Are there any YouNow experts here that can tell me why I can't guest right now? Let's see if I can guess somebody else. Oh yeah, I can guess Mandy, but I can't guess Craig. I don't know, maybe it is because of your phone, I don't know. Breakfast sandwiches, we have a great recipe for that, and I was actually thinking of redoing that recipe in a more healthy version, kind of like in maybe an air fryer or something. But check it out. We have it's called the Egg Trick Muffin. It's also in our cookbook. It's actually a recipe at Strong Hearts, and we filmed it at their place. I also have some breakfast burritos and all kinds of good stuff. But check out the Egg Trick Muffin. It's a breakfast sandwich. Mandy, I wasn't really going to guess you. I just was seeing if it was, if I was able to. Trying to deduce what was going on there and how I can, I don't know, guess Craig. Would you guys like that if Craig, No Egg Craig and me both did a YouNow, I don't know, what would we do? I don't know. I don't know. What time is it? It's 11:03 over here. I still got to edit a video tomorrow, and tomorrow will be the last day of the month. Yeah. I got Sting up there. Sting is up there. Does anybody know Sting? Or Arundel? Does anybody know Arundel? Who knows Arundel? Does anybody know what this is? Jennifer says the egg trick muffin was really, yeah, it's really easy to make and it's really delish. And I got Sting right over here. There's Sting. Yes, Lord of the Rings. This was Frodo's Sting. It would glow blue when orcs came. And this was Aragorn's sword, the king. Return of the King. I went a little crazy one day and bought all this Lord of the Rings stuff. Does anybody like Lord of the Rings? Oh, there we go. Boom. It's inviting you to be a guest, Craig. I don't know if you're getting that. Uh-oh. What's going on?
My laptop.
Craig. There's Craig. It looks like your connection's a little slow. Did I ever tell you guys a story about when, what was it? I think it was Two Towers. When Two Towers came out for Lord of the Rings, I was at opening night down in New York City because I used to live there, and I went to the movie theater. I was like the first one in line, and I waited there, and we got in. We got like the best seats in the IMAX theater, and then it didn't start when it was going to start. It like went on like nothing happened for like 10 minutes, and then all of a sudden the whole cast came out on stage. Well, not the whole cast, but Elijah Wood and Dominic Monaghan and like all the hobbits came out, and they all did a Q&A with us. It was fun. Alicia says, is there two of you that do your videos, or is that, do you have short hair? I'm watching so many videos, I'm confused. Okay, so the other guy that doesn't have any hair, that's John. I'm Chris. So there's two of us. And when we first started the show, I'm the one that created the show, and I did not want to be on camera. So I got my friend John to be the host of the show. So he was the cook, the chef, I told him how to act and what to do and what I wanted, and that's how I started the show. And over the years, we only really did like one video a month, or maybe two a month. And I wanted to do more than that. I wanted to do more videos and stuff, and he just wasn't available. And as time went on, I kind of figured I better get in front of the camera and do my videos. That way I don't have to rely on somebody else to get videos done. So most of the videos you see from back in the day, you're only going to see John, and I'm very rarely ever on any of those videos. Although a lot of those recipes that he's cooking are mine, about half are his and half are mine. And then as time went on, if you just started watching our channel, recently or in the last year or so, you're mostly going to see me. I've been in pretty much all the videos on the screen for the last couple of years now. So when I see, I filmed a couple episodes with John a couple of weeks ago, which they still need to be edited and put up there. So I just try to, save them for that. I pretty much film everything that I do, so he doesn't really have time to do all that. So I hope that answered your question. Craig, I don't know what happened either. I saw you outside, or I think you were on the side of your house or something, and then like it looked like it fell into like an abysmal pit of nothingness, and then it was gone. Hope you're okay, man. Elijah has not aged a day in 15 years. I know. A Chasing Frenzies wanted to do YouTube videos but hates being on camera. So that was my big thing. Like, I hated being on camera. I just couldn't do it. I didn't want to do it. And but then I started thinking like, hey, if John ever quits, like, what am I going to do? I'm going to lose everything I worked hard for, because I was behind 100% every one of the videos. Like, I created the channel. I would just have him come over and act in front of it and film it, edit it, and then he'd go home, I'd edit it and post it, and I'd get ready for another one. And then I hated speaking in front of people. I hated being on camera. I hated the way I sounded, the way I looked. And then, thank you, Sarianne, for the likes. And then I just kind of told myself, look, I need to do this. If I don't, I'm going to lose everything I worked hard for, and that's my channel. And through my channel, I'm able to promote veganism and also do what I love, making videos, that kind of thing. So I just kind of forced myself to do it. And the first video I made, I must have taken like 8 hours to film, and I hated every single take. And when I finally finished it, I was really, kind of insecure about posting it, and I was, afraid of what people were going to say. And I posted it, and I literally waited there for like, okay, I'm going to wait here for 5-10 minutes, and if I get one bad comment, I'm erasing the entire video. And I waited there, and you know, and it turned out to be one of our most viewed videos now. It's the first video I did by myself was how to make tofu right, how to cook tofu. So after that, that kind of got me a little bit, you know, the comments were good, so it kind of got me, you know, able to do more videos, and then I just started doing more videos, and now I'm completely comfortable. Like I can get on camera and do a video. I can get up and speak in front of people. So it really helped me in that sense, something that I was never good at. You know, I forced myself to overcome that fear because it's almost like if I didn't, like, I, I'm missing out on something that I loved, something that I was passionate about, and I couldn't let that, you know, win, you know, in the end. And I remember I was really, really bad at public speaking. And John and I we would go and we would do food demos and we would speak to people. And I remember I just had him take over because I was so bad at it. I was so nervous. But unfortunately, I was the one that created the show. I was the one that could, you know, answer all the questions about what I was trying to do and everything. Um, I just had him there as my sidekick to like save me in case like I, you know, choked up and didn't have anything to say. And I remember the first, okay, so I tried to memorize my entire speech, and I had to speak at a library, a public library in Toronto, Canada. And we went there, and I started talking, and I just choked right up. I like totally froze. Not for like 5 seconds, but like completely for like 20 seconds. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing here? Like I'm just looking at everybody staring at me, and I'm like, oh my God, what am I? And I looked at John, and I'm like, now what? And he's like, I don't know, man, what? And I didn't know what to do. And then I just got it. And after that, it was like it was easy because in my mind I already knew that I screwed up. Um, so I just kept talking and it was okay. And then John got back to talking. He's like, just so you guys know, Chris is not good at this, and he doesn't like to speak in front of people, and you know, give him a round of applause. And everybody was like laughing and stuff like that. But I tried to memorize what I was trying to say, and it just when everybody was staring at me, it just kind of like it tripped me up, and I couldn't remember what I was trying to say. So then I remember, you know, maybe a year or two after that, I did another one at a public library here in Syracuse, and I didn't memorize anything. I just walked in there, and I told myself like I don't have to remember anything because all I'm really doing is telling these people about my life, and who knows my life better than me? Nobody. So basically, I just walked up there, didn't even rehearse anything I was going to say, and I just started talking, and it was like probably the best one that I ever did. And since then, I've been able to do it by myself without John with me, which I never thought I was going to be able to do, but he just wasn't available to you know, to do it as much as I would like to do it. Or if I get invited to do the thing, I don't want to have to turn it down if he can't make it. So I try to say yes whenever I can, and I'll be doing another one by myself in Montreal on November 4th or 5th. It's a Veg Fest those 2 days. I don't know which day I'm going to be doing the presentation, but that's my story. Melly Lynn says, I don't know if it's rude to ask you. You don't have to answer, but how old are you? That is so rude. No, I'm just kidding. I'm 41. And I've been vegan now for, on the 23rd of this month, it will be my 23 years of vegan. So September 23rd, 1994, I went vegan, and it's going to be my 23 on the 23. And I've been vegetarian 4 years, 4.5, almost 5 years prior to that. So 27, almost 28 years I've been living this lifestyle. Craig says my first video in front of the camera, I think he means, was better than mine. Now I want to go find your first video, Craig. I remember when I first met Craig, I was at Core, which is like a vegan, like kind of like healthy joint, you know. And I saw Craig, and he just kind of was like, "Hey man, I watch your YouTube show and everything." I'm like, "Oh cool," you know. And then he told me he had one, and I checked his out, and it was the video I saw of you was you were you were being funny in Wegmans. You were buying like a ton of like hummuses or something, and one of the employees was like, "Are you gonna buy all that?" Something like that. Yeah, if you go way back, there's videos of me that I kind of made private that you can't watch anymore. Like even before the video that I did myself, I was in a video with like John, so it was me and John, and he used to hate doing videos with me because I would do so many takes and it would take us hours just to do a video. When he just didn't care, he'd get on camera and just do a video, and then he'd be done. Boom, done. Um, Allie Green, thank you so much for the tip. Appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I sucked at it like real bad. So yeah, I have really old videos from back in like 2009 that I made private. Alicia says just use the recipe the other day. Are you talking about the tofu? Because the tofu is delicious in salads, on pizza, and sandwiches. It's really good. It's even better when you, like I tell you the tip in the video, if you refrigerate it for a day and the next day, it's even better. Ruth says went vegan because of health reasons, found us, and made how you make tofu. Do you like the tofu? The tofu is really good. And as I explained in the videos, I've spent, because tofu was the first thing that I was introduced to when I went vegetarian. So I've spent almost 3 decades like making tofu wrong to learn how to make it right. So the best way to make tofu. I've screwed up enough. Best vegan snack when you're craving sweets. Probably a spoonful of peanut butter, almond butter, or even chocolate peanut butter, chocolate hazelnut butter, chocolate almond butter. Something, one of those kind of things, whatever you like, spoonful of that, delicious. When I was raw vegan and I was like really having my cravings, I would take a spoonful of something like that and just walk away from the kitchen. Um, but I'm a chocoholic. I love chocolate. I am. I'm doing live chats now. No panic attacks. Well, the thing is you anybody can do this. You can if you want to do this. If this is something you want to do. Let's see. Wow, you do not look 41. You look 50. No, just kidding. You look. Thank you. Let's see. It keeps going up. I have a story you can share when you need it. Lots of surgery. After 2 weeks of being vegan, no longer having problem with fatigue, feel normal again. See, it very well could be diet. Like here's the story. I used to get, headaches pretty often when I was a little kid. And my mom would always give me like aspirin or Tylenol or something. And then when I was 14 years old, I got really sick. I got like really bad double ear infection from swimmer's ear, and it just was really bad. It was like the worst pain I'd been in. And after that, I had like a massive headache and everything. After that was shortly after I went vegetarian, so no longer ate any meat. And at the same time, I also no longer took any medication. Like I wouldn't take pain medication. I've never taken aspirin or Tylenol or Advil or any of that stuff ever again since I was 14 years old. And to this day, almost, 27 years, 28 years, I have never had a headache since I was 14. And I don't know the correlation there. I don't know if it's from the medicine. I think that there's definitely things like antibiotics and hormones and all these things that are in animals when we eat them. And it doesn't cook out. I mean, these are in animals. So this, they can affect people different ways. Some people, they have bad skin. Some people get headaches. Some people just don't feel good. And there's ailments that you have, and it's in what you eat. And most people don't know to tell you, most doctors don't know to tell you to eat a clean plant-based diet. Nice and clean content. Thank you. Twist of humor, but nice and clean. So that's how I always tried to make it. Kid friendly, family friendly, but interesting, entertaining, and in a way that I can promote veganism the way I want to do it and feel good about it and feel passionate about what I'm doing. Nice cream and peanut butter. That's another delicious thing. Garden Genesis, thank you for the tip. I appreciate it. I eat nice cream often, and I make my smoothies in the morning with frozen bananas. So I eat probably 3 or 4 bananas every day just in my smoothies if I don't eat it later on. Throw a few dates in there. Hi, Booty. Someone in vegan. Well, Alicia, I'm sorry that you're still in chronic pain, but that's great to hear that you don't have the fatigue anymore. My mom always had all kinds of medical conditions too, and she's been eating vegan. I've been showing her how to do that for the last almost maybe a year. She's been trying to eat like that, and she's feeling a lot better too. Not on nearly as many medicines as she used to be. I know what you mean by the chronic pain. I don't know if you watched my video on my back injury, but I had a really severe form of sciatica that I couldn't get rid of. Most sciatica comes and goes away, and mine never went away. So I was in constant pain every second of every minute of every day for like 2 years until finally I'm like, I can't live my life like this anymore. I ended up getting surgery. And surgery is, I've never had surgery before this. I didn't want surgery. I was actually afraid. I'm like, I'm going to be the 1% that just doesn't wake up. But I couldn't live like that. I was in a lot of pain, and it was ruining my quality of life. And I'm like, I'm too young for this. Like, I feel like I'm, ready to die. So I got the surgery, and it was the best decision I ever made. I remember going back home. The best decision I made that year. I still say the best decision I ever made was going first vegetarian and then vegan back when I was younger. But I remember laying in my bed and I had no more pain, and I just started smiling, and I think I was laughing by myself and nobody else there. But I don't wish chronic pain on anybody. It sucks when you're in constant pain and it just doesn't go away. Let's see. Kirsten says, would you say an air fryer is worth the investment if somebody doesn't have one? I'm torn on whether to get one, but trying to use less. I think an air fryer is absolutely worth it. I use mine almost every day. Even when I'm not making fried foods, I tend to use it instead of like how some people would use a microwave. I'll just put something in there and warm it up. And I literally use my air fryer almost every day. So it's definitely, to me, it's worth it. And it's a lot healthier too, because you're not using any oil. You're not frying it. You're air frying it. Oh, that sounds good. Tara. That's good to hear, Alicia. You're getting better all the time. Somebody, SM was vegan for 30 seconds. Then you got to go vegan 30 seconds more, and then an hour, and then a day, and then a month, then a year. You're good. It's going to be, and you're going to say to yourself, wow, that was great that I went into this channel, and I went vegan, and I feel better. I feel great. You lost 30 pounds in 2 months. Wow. Yeah, diet is everything. It really is true. You are what you eat. Oh, that sounds painful. Um, 2 rods in her spine. Uh, John has scoliosis. So he actually it's actually affecting his hip more than his back. You got an air fryer in your Christmas wish list. They're actually pretty affordable, and I mean when you use it every day, definitely getting your money worth. I have the Chefman. It's so easy to use. You literally open it up, put the thing on whatever temperature you want, and just turn the knob for the timer. It's so easy. I wanted to say in the video, it's so easy. Even Katie could use it, and she's only 2 years old, but that's probably not a safe thing to let a 2-year-old use an air fryer. So I didn't say it. That's true. I've also heard that Sheena. Sheena lives in Canada and says that the dairy industry has been taking a big hit, and that's true. And they're doing everything they can, really shady, to try to make people keep buying their product, all the way down telling lies about things and bending the truth, all kinds of stuff. And a lot of them are even buying stock in shares in vegan companies because they know that's the future. Well, the weight will come off as you start, eating better. I always say, put exercise in there too if you can. I like to exercise every day, which reminds me I still got exercise today. Yeah, I believe my mom still sneaks some vegan food into my dad's food. I think that's true. Tara, I used to also have like really bad heartburn, acid reflux, and then I started eating a lot cleaner, um, and it completely went away. I haven't had that since. It's mostly for me. It's like when I eat a ton of processed foods. Oh, that's cool. Somebody. Oh, thank you for the tip there, Rebecca. That's a cool way to spell the name. Somebody reversed their scoliosis with some kind of yoga. That's interesting. I'm trying to keep up with these comments. Cheese fries. Oh, the cheese sticks, yeah. Oh, that's cool. So Garden Genesis does not get acid reflux now that you've been vegan for 2 years. sneaky vegan food is the best food. It is. You know, you're eating something and it's the best you've ever had, and then oops, it's vegan. What? People don't understand. You know, what I don't like is when people know something's vegan and they're like, oh, it's not that bad for being vegan, but they know darn well that it was delicious. Valerie's going to go to Newberry to see some fields of sunflowers. Do you get to pick some of the sunflower seeds and dehydrate them or cook them up? There are a lot of accidentally vegan foods out there. People be surprised. You know, and back in the day when I first went vegan, that's all we would have was accident, because nothing was like certified vegan back then. It was just like your accidental vegan food. Um, and that's great that we still have all these accidentally vegan foods. But now after all this time and how the industry has gone, um, I like to eat food that's certified vegan. Like I like to, most of my food, if I'm not making it myself, like I like to have that option because there's so many of them out there that, you know, the accidentally vegan ones, they're great to have, but I try to go with the certified vegan ones. Oreos is, yeah, Oreos is a big one that's accidentally vegan, but I'm always like weirded out. I try to stay away from Oreos because they won't use a dedicated sugar, so their sugar, I guess, is spot bought, which means essentially there's nothing in Oreos that's not vegan, but the sugar may or may not be processed through bone char, which, I mean, there's Numinos that are vegan, and then there's another form of, I don't know if it's all over, but I know the grocery store I go to, I think there's like a generic version of Oreos that are vegan as well. I don't want to ruin it for anybody. I mean, they still, like I said, there's nothing in them that's not vegan. I guess it's just the process. I wish Oreos would just, you know, finally use a sugar that's not made with bone char, because there's really not a lot of sugars these days that are still made with bone char. But I guess some of the very cheapest ones, I know Domino's is one of them that uses the bone char. Spicy foods. I like mild foods. I can't really do spice. I mean, it tastes good until you get the kick, and then you're like, why did I do that? At least for me. Oreos are a processed food. Have I ever heard of the effects of going vegan with someone who suffered ADHD? My brain has been at peace since going vegan. Sheena, I don't know. I really feel like, I mean, I've never been diagnosed, but I really feel like I had ADHD growing up. Um, and I've been vegan for so many years now. But that's just knowing what that's just kind of like a self-diagnostic. So there's probably nothing. Just take it with a grain of salt. Alicia, that's great. Yeah, the first thing is to go vegan. The second thing is to figure out, you know, what vegan food you like better than the others, or which ones you got to take out. You know, as long as you're going vegan, I say it's still better than the alternative, you know, because you don't know what's going in your body then, you know, because you got animals eating things and you don't know what they're eating. And it's like, just stick with the vegan, even if it's processed, and then figure out what you're going to take out of your diet. Vegan dumpling, your addiction to just mayo. I put a bunch of that on my Philly cheesesteak the other night when I worked at Strong Hearts. I broke my raw vegan when I went and worked at Strong Hearts. I was so hungry and there was nothing else to eat. So the Paul Newman's cookies, like I said, yep. Tara, that's a good reason to go vegan. I think most people would if they knew exactly what was going on in the slaughterhouses. The Whole Foods version of Oreos, so they have what, their 365 version? Is that what it is? Alicia, bone char was just the way that they process the sugar when they're bleaching it, and they're using like pieces of bone from cows and horses and stuff like that they use as a filtration system. It used to be how they used to make all the sugar back in the day, and we just don't have to do that anymore, but some companies are still doing it. But the good thing is there's a ton of sugar that is completely vegan and certified and fair trade and organic and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there's what is it? Florida's Best or Florida's something. There's Sugar in the Raw. There's a lot of it. There's a lot of sugars out there. And agave is great too. Dates are like a healthier version to sweeten something up. Raw vegan is good in my opinion. For me at least, it was good, but it wasn't the best. I've been raw all day today. Probably 90% raw yesterday. Barbecue Oreos. I never heard of those. Yeah, Florida crystals, that's what it is. Yeah, they won't put that on the label, so you don't know what sugar is being used. That's why, like I said, back in the day, we didn't know. Like everything was just accidentally vegan. So that's what we ate. We ate things that on the labels was vegan. So we didn't know. We had no idea what was going on with the sugar or anything. Nowadays, there's so many products that are actually certified vegan, which means they are using a vegan sugar. And it's just so much easier, and it gives you like peace of mind knowing that your sugar didn't go through bones. Vegan dumpweed, I feel the same way. I'm just, you know, the way I've learned to look at it is when somebody else goes vegan, I'm just glad that they're vegan because now they're vegan. Even if it's not for ethical reasons, we can't control what other people choices. We can't control what goes on in their mind. But if somebody's vegan, even if it's not for ethical reasons, move on to try to convince somebody else that's not vegan to go vegan rather than somebody that's not ethical to be ethical. I mean, we can't think for everybody else, and I guess that's what I told myself. You can't do everything. You can only do so much. So just inspire, educate, and people have to make their own decisions here. Let me see. I'm kind of backed up on these questions here. Um, when you and John were first starting out, what made you go the whole zombie? Okay. So for those of you that don't know, when I was first vegan, I was kind of quiet and I kind of I didn't know how to really promote it. So and I knew I couldn't make other people's minds up, so I was kind of quiet and I kind of kept to myself. I didn't even really tell, like when I went out, like I didn't tell people, oh, I'm vegan. If they asked me, I'm like, no, I don't want that. No, I don't want, like I didn't really know how to, the best way to do it. And I also had a job that it was a stepping stone job for something else I wanted, and then the ultimate job that I wanted didn't. It just kind of fell through. I never got it, and then I was kind of stuck with the job that I was doing, and I hated it. I was driving the upstate New York. I was driving the back roads, and I was thinking to myself, I can't do this the rest of my life. I can't retire knowing that this is going to be it. There's no meaning. It's so monotonous. I hate it. There's days I wanted to pull my hair out of my head. I need to do something more. So I started thinking, what do I love doing? What do I love? What am I passionate about? What can I do every day that I feel good about? And this is back in like early 2009. So I started thinking, immediately it came to me. I love making films. I love making videos. I always have. I love the horror genre. I love horror movies, all that kind of thing. And I've been vegan over half my life, so that's just a given. So I kind of took those three things and I started thinking, what can I do with these three things? And I started thinking like vegan vampires, vegan werewolves, vegan zombie. So a vegan zombie kind of stuck, and I'm like, immediately I had a great idea. I wrote an entire script for a zombie movie, like a real zombie movie. And the twist of it was that the zombie infection was through the meat and the dairy that the people ate. And the survivors were the vegans. So that's how I kind of started it. And it was my way, and it has been my way every day of being passionate about something that I am able to inspire people to go vegan. I'm kind of making it entertaining. I didn't want it to be judgy or in your face. I wanted it to be like an entertaining thing and educational. And at the end of the day, after people watch the videos, they can say, "Oh wow, this is easy. I can do this. This is vegan." And and I wanted to share my recipes while I was doing it. So I went from being like a really quiet, shy vegan to like sharing, something on a bigger scale. And we ended up making a cookbook, and it's been 8 years now, and I've had so many people come up to me in person or write me emails or message me that because of our show, we help them go vegan, or we help them, go on their way to being, eating more vegan foods or something like that. And that's, very, satisfying to hear something like that, I just kept doing what I was doing. And the channel kind of started growing from there, and here we are. So that's the story of how we started the Vegan Zombie. And now I missed a lot of comments, I think. A lot of vegans use an agave because it's a great sweetener. It's from a cactus plant. It tastes really good. I put it in a lot of things. Like even when I make my tofu scramble, I'll put a little bit in there for a sweetener. I'll put it in my marinara sauce, tomato sauce. The thing is to try to like get somebody to want to go vegan. Like you can't ever make somebody go vegan, and it's not good being, judgmental towards people. I guess maybe it works for some people. I just never liked that because growing up, I went vegan at a young age, and I had friends that were vegan that would do that, and the way I am, the way I would not want somebody to sit here and tell me what I have to do. Usually when people do that, I tend not to want to do what they're telling me I have to do. So, I had to make something that somebody would want to be drawn in and kind of see like the entertainment side, and then afterwards say, "Oh wow, I want to do this. Like this is something I want to do." And I'm sorry if I missed some of these questions, or I'm kind of backed up here. And every time I read one, they kind of just scroll up real fast. That's true. Ethical, usually comes with time. Usually a lot of people that I know went vegan for reasons other than ethical reasons. A lot of people like to think that they're ethical, but they don't know what is going on when they're eating a piece of cheese or a glass of milk. Um, and a lot of people will go vegan for health reasons and then learn, ethically what's going on, and then they'll stay vegan for the ethics. Well, also like my kind of like analogy, but the underlying tones of the vegan zombie are the vegans are the survivors, and the meat eaters out there, like in everyday life, are the zombies. They're the ones that are eating the flesh, and mindlessly eating what we're told we got to eat. Like drink your milk to stay strong teeth and strong bones, and like eat your meat to be nice and strong and muscles. And it's just not the case. These are the zombies, the mindless zombies. That's kind of, what it alludes to in the vegan zombie. And and I'll say it, I don't feel bad about it. I wasn't born a vegan. I grew up thinking all these things, and I ate meat and dairy when I was little, and I don't have any fond memories of it, so there's nothing I miss. Do you do any recipe videos on Snapchat? Sometimes I'll Snapchat stuff and I'll Instagram stuff. I don't usually do full recipes, but I'll usually snap my, what I'm making, the end product, or sometimes, what I'm throwing in my smoothie or my juice. Um, yeah, I still want to do the video. I still want to do the movie. The YouTube show kind of became the main thing now, and but when I get the time and the funds to do it, I still want to make the vegan zombie the movie. And I don't have one right down here with me, but I have. If you haven't seen our cookbook, the cookbook is like entire cookbook with full color pictures. But at the beginning of the cookbook, there's like a comic book kind of like illustrated story that kind of tells a brief you know story of the vegan zombie, of like how it happened. And I do plan to do more cookbooks and continue that story. 100% no egg Craig. What's I pour it in my mouth. Oh, the agave. I do it. I've done it. I've done it. I've done it. When's your birthday? My birthday is in January, but my veganiversary is September 23rd. If you didn't hear me say it already. Spaghetti squash taco meat or barbecue jackfruit taco. That's always a good one. Since I'm gonna unpack I had to get out of storage, but I brought my dehydrator back over here. I'm probably gonna make some raw pizzas, raw tacos while I'm at it. I'm pretty much a broke vegan too, and I was a really broke vegan when I was 19, 20, like really broke. And I made it happen. And I see you're making it happen too, so we can't splurge on all these, you know, delicious restaurants and stuff like that, but we can still be vegan and eat delicious foods. We just got to make them ourselves. You know what happens? The processed foods, whether vegan or non, it can. There's a lot of protein. There was a lot of vegan cheeses that would mess up my stomach. So so I know which ones I can eat, and luckily I can eat Miyoko's mozzarella because that's delicious. Alicia, yes, you can go to my theveganzombie.com and then go to store, and there's an ebook. You can buy the ebook or the hard copy. The ebook is like an instant download. And I think there's like I think there's I don't even know my own cookbook. I think there's like 88 recipes in there, including a couple for your pet if you have a dog. A couple dog treats. Sheena, thank you for watching. Have a good night. I probably should go in a second too. Um, I have I have made plantain, not dehydrated plantain chips. I've cooked them on the skillet, but that's a good one to put in the try out in the dehydrator. I love kale chips though. Yeah, check out our vegan on a budget videos if you want to if you're a broke vegan. I know Noah Craig has a couple. I have a couple. I plan on doing more. Four dogs. I only have one pup. You know, I did make dehydrated beets, not in the form of jerky, but like little smaller versions of it. It was all right. Maybe I'll have to revisit that recipe. Apple chips are really good. Wow, I'm already on an hour and 42 minutes. I gotta go watch some great Game of Thrones. No, I gotta go edit a video. Married? Question mark. Me? Never. Never married. No kids. Yeah, cats can't make their own taurine, so they definitely need supplement. There are vegan cat foods that have those supplements, though. I know John has. I think it's called Halo. Finally, someone with a vegan hashtag. Are there no vegans on tonight? What's going on? Craig, do you ever do YouNow? Craig, are you still on? No Egg Craig's here. If anybody just joined us and knows No Egg Craig, I'm just asking him if he ever goes on YouNow. Yes, I think Halo and also AMI, AMI. But definitely double check. I don't have a cat. John does, so he's not here with me right now, but he'd be the one to ask. Oh, there's usually not any vegan hashtags on? That's the only one I usually go on. What is it, all drama? What is Suki? Amy is very expensive. Yeah, it probably is. Probably is. Because they know like they're one of the only ones out there that are with the synthetic taurine. You want to be careful with that too. Well, okay, well, I'm all caught up on the questions over here. I don't I don't see any response from No Egg, Mr. No Egg Craig. Maybe he left. Um, yes, I know James Aspie. He was at the New England Veg Fest when I was there. Oh, you were getting a brand that had no taurine. So if you, yeah, probably mix some taurine supplement in there, I would think. Give your cat everything they need. You're welcome, Alicia. I'm glad you guys could be on here. You want me to do almond cheese? Okay, I can try. So now that I have internet again, I can stream in a place that I have where people aren't going to be yelling in the background. Should I come on here more? You guys going to be on, and we can talk about things? Because this was a good YouNow. We started out opening the Vegan Cuts box, and we turned into like all kinds of stuff. So, like I said, I'm going to be working on some new designs for upcoming T-shirts. If you guys don't know, I've done everything on my own since I started the channel. So I print my own T-shirts, and I want to get some new designs out there. I rarely ever promote my shirts, and it's something that I should probably start doing. I have a Vegan Tea Thursday. Every Thursday I promote somebody else's vegan t-shirt on my Instagram account, Facebook, and usually Twitter. So I'm hoping to get a few designs for myself going. I have some good ideas, but I want to get some like a limited run Halloween series for fall. Even if you don't celebrate Halloween, I like that time of year. I was wondering if you could give me some advice on something. I could try. We could do that real quick. I'm about to log off, but yeah. Any last minute questions here? Thanks, Alicia. Vegan Cuts usually is, yeah, they're usually a snack box full of processed foods. I mean, when you think about it, you probably couldn't open and get like a pear and an apple. So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like all the vegan products are good, because even if you're not gonna eat those, and I probably won't eat all of those, somebody out there, basically there's something for everything. So somebody can't complain and say, well, I can't go vegan because there's not vegan this or there's not vegan that. There's pretty much vegan everything. So there's really, I like that there's all these different vegan products out there, even if it's something I don't want or I'm not going to eat. Yeah, I'd like to do this, and so I plan on doing this more often. And as long as I have more than one or two people watching, I'll be on here talking. So happy healthy vegan. Actually, Ange just texted me a couple days ago and wanted me to. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but wanted me to go out to I think there's a Veg Fest or something going on the end of October, out in Long Beach or LA area or something. I really want to go, but don't know if I'm going to be able to, because the very first couple days of November, like I said, I got to head up to Montreal for the Veg Fest. Popular vegan cooking YouTubers should collaborate on like an Iron Chef battle. Oh, here's something. I don't know if I should say it right now, but that just reminded me. So I got called from like a nationwide network show to be on a competition show, and yeah, I guess that's all I can say. Thank you, Illusionist. People have been asking me to make a t-shirt. What's the cheapest way company to go with? There's a lot of companies out there that will make them for you. I do it all myself, so I invested like 8 or 9 years ago in a screen printer. All the way up until recently, I made my own screens. I don't really have time to do that. I'd rather somebody else make my screen, just to be, because look at this. I mean, I made this. I'm not really happy with this. At the time I was, but this could be so much better. I did this all on my computer and printed it out. Not even on the right kind of printer. I kind of just made it work. Did a couple of prints. I kind of made them, I lined them up perfectly with Scotch tape, and then I burned the thing. So I didn't really do the print how it could have been. So I'm going to have somebody else burn my design, and then I print them all in the other room over here. I buy my own blank shirts. I print them with my own inks and everything like that. So if you have the time to do that, that's probably the cheapest, I would think, if you get enough orders. But it also depends. If you're only printing one shirt, it's not worth it for me to do that. You probably want to go through a company, and there's like Shirt Space, and you really have to look at them to find out. I can't really think of the name of the website that would do it, but they'll do like a shirt for you for like, I don't know, 20, 25 bucks. Yeah, you're gonna get that all the time, illusionist. I've been getting that since day one. Everybody will, you tell them you're vegan, or you start talking about it, and they think they're funny by saying, bacon. And it's like, you want a heart attack? Oh, it's 5 a.m. there, Mandy. Yeah, you got to go to bed. Good night. Thank you. And I think I should, yeah, Shirt Space is one of them. They sell shirts, but I think they'll also print for you too. 25 to start. You can also, like, Google in your area how much screen printers would charge you to do that, because that might be a little bit cheaper if you can go pick it up and not pay the shipping and handling. Otherwise, there's like a lot of places you can go with. And you want to find out like what they're using, if it's eco-friendly inks and that kind of thing. But I don't know. Hey guys, you guys were awesome. Thank you for watching, and everybody have a good night. Stay safe. Watch out for zombies.